Hi guys, how you doing? It is Victoria Player here of victoriaplayer.com. Welcome to episode number 18, I think we're on now, of the Inspired to Greatness show. If you are listening for the first time, drop new in the comments. If you're listening to the replay, drop replay in the comments. And also chat to each other, tag each other's name and let me hear where you are listening in from. Where in the world are you listening in from? And today I've got a super cool topic. I'm going to be sharing the one thing that's missing from your client enrollment strategy. And this is something I was speaking about today with one of my clients, just to up the ante to help her get results faster in her business. But if you are new here, you may not know me. I'm Victoria Player. I am a business success coach working with women entrepreneurs, particularly coaches and consultants who are struggling to enroll new clients, create clients and elevate their cash flow, and I help them confidently step into their spotlight and create a unique, rewarding and thriving business doing what they love. And so this whole piece of taking people from interested to enrolled is a key element to your success, and that's exactly what I'm going to be sharing with you on today's Inspired to Greatness show, because I'm going to be sharing how to position yourself as an authority within your niche and really break down buying skepticism, even if you're brand new in business, so that working with you is the natural next step for a potential client to take. So I hope that sounds good to you. So what is the answer to this question? What is this one strategy that's likely missing from your client enrollment process? Well, the answer is to educate your audience. Well, there's actually two parts of it. Number one is to be more visible, and number two is to educate your audience, because I know some of you are being visible. You're putting stuff out on social media, you're showing up at networking events, you're doing various things to be more visible. But then you may meet people who are interested. Hi, Jackie. How are you? Jackie is one of the ladies who joined me on the Inspired to Greatness Coffee and Connections a few days ago. So nice to see you, Jackie. How you doing? So, I know a lot of you are being visible. And that might result in people approaching you and being interested about your services. But then often what I find that one of the biggest challenges for coaches and consultants is there's this disconnect. It's like, how do you take people from being interested to signing on the dotted line and giving their credit card details? Kate Burkett, nice to see you. Thanks for joining me. This is obviously a good time of day for me to be doing a Facebook Live. There's like this disconnect. There's a big gap between there and there, between interested and enrolled. So what I'm sharing with you today, thank you for the hearts, by the way, is going to bridge that gap, and it's actually something that's missing for most people. So educating your audience, this is where it's at. This is going to be the thing that helps people want to speak to you more about what you do. And there's many benefits to educating your audience. So yes, it's true, you need to show up and you need to be visible way more than you think you need to be. Just double up on that if there's any doubts. But many of the benefits of educating your audience is, number one, it gives you, firstly, a reason to get in front of potential clients way more often than you would otherwise. Because let's face it, if someone's been interested in your services, but they've not quite come to that point where you've presented to them, where you've shared about your packages and programs, or you've made an offer, if someone, even if you have done that and they've said no, it doesn't mean they're not going to become a client. No doesn't mean never, it just means not now. And so, you don't want to be chasing people down, and there's so much value in following up with people. And actually I speak about this in yesterday's Inspired to Greatness show that I hosted at my personal profile page. I'll actually drop a link to that in the comments below after this, so you can see that about the fortune being in the follow-up. But, you know, nobody wants to be icky and pushy and salesy, do they? So one of the ways of staying in front of people and reminding them that you are about, that you are still in business, and that you are available to help them at the point when they're ready, is to educate your audience. That gives you a legitimate and viable reason to be in front of them without being pushy and salesy. And you've got to also remember what I call the 7 to 10 rule. This means that you need to be in front of someone 7 to 10, if not more times these days, before they will consider making a buying decision from you. Kate says, love seeing you in the warm with the waves in the background. Oh, you can hear them, can you? I would turn my camera around, but I've got the phone stuck to my laptop, so you wouldn't be able to see the ocean anyway, but I'm looking straight out at it. Yeah, another benefit of educating your audience is it gives you the opportunity to tell them why now is the time for them to invest in working with you, or invest in getting their problem solved, shall we say, because let's face it, they can work with whomever they like. But what's most important is if you care about your clients, you care that they get their problems solved, whether it's with you or somebody else is immaterial. But by educating them up front, it helps them see why now is the time to get it together, to address their issues, and that how potentially you may be the solution to the problems that they need to solve. And you know, I was saying this to my client today, people don't know what they don't know. And sometimes when we've got a problem, we become anesthetized to that problem to the extent that we don't even see it as a problem anymore, because we've shoved it down and we've denied it for so long. And so by educating your audience up front, you can tell them, look, this is a problem that needs dealing with. Don't push it down. Don't deny it. It needs addressing, and here's what can happen when it is. Victoria, hello. Hey, Victoria, we've not met each other before. Nice to see you. Nice to have you on the live today. I must reach out to you and say hello. The other reason is, the reason you should be educating your audience is because it positions you as an authority. You know, you may be the best coach in the world, you may be the best consultant in the world in your niche. But if nobody knows that, then why is somebody going to pick you over your competitors? So by you showing up, by you being visible, by you educating your audience, it positions you as that authority. It positions you as someone who knows their stuff and who can walk their talk, because you are educating them, you're providing value. And the other benefit is that yes, it provides value. That is one of the key benefits, because that, you know, you're coming from a position of generosity and authenticity. You're delivering up front before even asking for a single penny. And, you know, the more you deliver up front, then the better, because that demonstrates that if she can give this much away for free, imagine how much I would receive if I actually paid to work with her. And, you know, I know a big question for a lot of people is, but I don't want to give away the store. If I give it all away up front, then nobody's going to feel compelled to work with me. And this is actually a process I teach, how to create desire and to deliver value without giving away the store. Because obviously you don't want to take away the opportunity for people to work with you. But, you know, when you provide value up front, it really does, you know, you're coming from more of an altruistic standpoint, from a place of giving. And, you know, there's that process of give and take. You know, if you reach out to speak to people, they're happy to speak to you because you've given so much up front. And the final part is that it really builds relationships. As I was saying in my Facebook Live over at my personal page yesterday about networking, business is based upon relationships. We buy from people that we know, like, and trust. And so when you show up and you educate your audience, you are bringing you to the table, especially if you're using a medium like this, because people get to see your face, they see your body language, they can tell what type of person you are and whether they like you. But, you know, there's lots of mediums in order to educate your audience. You don't have to use Facebook Lives. This is just one medium, and it's actually one of the most powerful mediums you can use. But, you know, if this isn't your bag, then you could use audios or the written format, whatever suits your style. But education is everything, because it builds that know, like, and trust factor. It gets you in front of people way more times than you could do otherwise without being icky and salesy. And it just brings people further into your world and has them see the value of your service and why now is the time that they should act and come and work with you. So I want to give you 4 quick steps for you to get started with educating your audience. The first step is quite elementary, but nobody's doing it as much as they need to, and that is to be visible. Be visible way more than you think you need to be. And if visibility is something that interests you, then drop the word visible in the comments below, because if you're interested, I will start hosting, I'll do another run of my Facebook Live challenge in which I share how to use Facebook Lives as a way of becoming more visible online so that you can show up, shine, and share your message with the world. So if that interests you, let me know in the comments and I'll get that set up. But yeah, be visible way more than you think you need to be. Got an update coming up. Step number 2 is to wake people up. You know, when you are visible, and I was speaking to my client about this today, this is about coming through with the best version of you, not being that shrinking violet, but really taking a stand for what you believe in. And I assume that the work you do with your clients is something that you're passionate about and something that you believe in. So this isn't the time for like being all, but what will people think of me? And, you know, this smallness. This is about taking a stand and helping people see the gap between where they are and where they want to be. Because we don't know what we don't know. You know, you need to be the person that is that trigger, that wake-up call for people to think, you know what, now's the time. Now's the time I need to sort my situation out. And then, of course, when you're delivering great content, when you're providing value, when you're showing up all of the time and building that relationship with your audience, and then you invite them to take the next step, they naturally come further into your world with no push, no effort, no sales. And the third step is to share great content, share a lot of value. Now, I know a lot of people will think, but if I give a lot of value, then people are going to be fixed and they're not going to need my services. And the truth is that isn't so, because if somebody was going to do it for themselves, they would have done it by now. And by the very nature that they are present and consuming your content and being part of whatever educational stuff you're putting out into the world, by the very nature of the fact that they're there, is them basically holding their hand up to say, you know what, I need help with this. And so when you provide a lot of value, just know that most people, they're going to listen to it and it's going to become what I call shelf help, you know. They're never actually going to implement it because most people don't. We're busier, we're more busy than ever before. We've got like ADHD with everything, you know, too much going on. Most people need support and guidance to do even the simplest things in order to get results, because the truth is you cannot get transformation overnight. You can't get it from one video or one blog post or one Facebook post. real transformation. And if you're someone who is part of the Inspired to Greatness community, I assume that transformation for your clients is where it's at. Getting results is everything, because when you get results for your clients, they're happy clients, and they will either work with you again and again and again, or they will go out and tell all and sundry how amazing you are, and that in itself will bring more business. So if you're not focused on bringing results, then shift your thinking on that, because it's limiting your business in many, many ways by not doing that. So yeah, no one's you're never going to give away the store by providing a lot of value up front, because people just are not going to do it themselves. They need that hand-holding, they need that support to get the long-term transformations. I can see a lot of you joining here. Oh, Nikki, hello, how are you? Nice to see you, how are you doing? So yeah, and the final step number 4, is to be visible and educate your audience, but then the next key is to follow up with people who engage with your content, because this is where business is really done. It's based upon relationship. As I said earlier, the fortune is in the follow-up, and if you want to learn about gaining your fortune from follow-up, then watch the comments straight after this. I'm going to add in a link from a Facebook Live training I did yesterday, so you can go and see that. That's all about the fortune is in the follow-up. But that's the key to your success, because you're going to be visible, you meet people, you educate them, you help them see why now is the time that they need your services. Plus, at the same time, you're building that relationship with them, you're positioning yourself as an authority with them, and then when you follow up with them, it brings them further into your world and closer to the sale. So it's like taking them on this journey. And, this is why so many people struggle, because they're visible and they may have people being interested, and they're hoping to take someone from interested to enrolled without a relationship in between. That's like meeting someone and going on a first date and expecting them to jump into bed with you without having a date. So yeah, this is why education is so important. It is like the dating of business, shall we say. So I hope you like that analogy. Drop a thumbs up in the comments below if you like that one. So just keep that in mind. And my question to you is, what are you doing to educate all of the people you meet between that time that you first meet them and the time that how are you going to get them to become a client if you're not educating them? And I'd love you to drop some ideas in the comments below. If you were to educate your people, your potential clients, what feels like a natural way of doing it for you? So let me know in the comments below. Would it be in the written format? Would it be videos? Or would it be audio? Because there's many ways of doing it. So let me know below. Nicola, hello. We see each other 2 days in a row. Nice one. We're still on the right time zones. And Ava, hello. I've not seen you for a long time, Ava. Hope you're well. One of my Brighton Massive. So, ladies, you're just joining right at the end. This seems like it's a good time of day for me to go live. So it's near the end of the day for me here in Thailand. So I will endeavour to do Facebook Lives at this time going forward, seeing as there's more of you available. So that is it from me for today. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this in the comments below. I will come back and chat to you in the comments section. But I'll see you in a couple of days for another episode of the Inspired to Greatness show. So that's it from me for today. This is Victoria Player signing out. Lots of love from Thailand, and have a fabulous day, whatever you're up to. Bye for now.